What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. Got a new report today that backs up a rumor from last week, but it all falls right in line with what a lot of you actually in the comments have been telling me and what I myself suspect, and it's what makes me think is the overall goal. And that is, first and foremost, that this is done 100% because of the live action television show, and they are prepping the groundwork so that when it comes out, any changes they make for inclusion standards, of which we know they have to, because Amazon, like most modern studios, have inclusion standards, not just for underrepresented groups or for underrepresented groups. One of those underrepresented groups being females for some reason, even though they're hardly underrepresented. That being said, female custodies are here, even though they've never been there in the lore. And that's the rub, is because when they did that retcon and then fans pointed it out, they were met with gaslighting, as you do. That's par for the course and the battle tactic. And it's what's happened in every major franchise. But so the fans are currently being called bigots and being gaslit, at least the ones speaking out about this. A lot of people see no problem with this. That's fine. You go ahead and you do you. Henry Cavill is one of the fans that we've heard not happy about this. And well, before we get to that, because that is part of the second the second report, shall we say, this first one, which was last week, was now, yes, it's from 4chan, but remember, we also got correct endings for Rise of Palpatine and Game of Thrones season 8 from 4chan. So in this one, female custodies are only going to be mentioned in the codex. No new sculpts or characters after the fact. Social media department jumped the gun and tried to put out fires, but the wrong hose. Intent is to push female custodies character in Amazon show without it breaking lore, because Amazon execs wanted a woman in power armor and wouldn't settle for Sisters of Battle. People involved in the show are pissed because they've been moving ahead of Eisenhorn. Talks of inserting said female custodies into the Eisenhorn story, with Cavill threatening to walk away from the project. And then, okay, so this is this one, and now we jump forward. YouTuber the ARcast. So I mean, I'm shout out to the ARcast. Apparently he has an inside source at Amazon MGM Studios. So again, take it with a grain of salt, but it does in line with the one we just read and what everyone is sort of thinking and feeling here. And this is that Amazon MGM Studios alleges that the source, rather, that Amazon did indeed influence the introduction of a female custody, and it was the result of a compromise because the streamer wanted female space marines. I know, custodies and space marines aren't the same things. I know. I looked it up. I even looked. What the fuck? Because I keep seeing everyone confusing this. And that the custodies specifically have their infants that have all of everything rebuilt perfect to the perfect design of the God Emperor, everything. And then space marines are like, yeah, they're really cool and all that, but they just have things put onto them. They're not entirely rebuilt. And I know it's way more complicated than that. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. And yeah, by the way, never said I was a Warhammer expert. Far from it. Never been into it. I've tried to. It's just intimidating with so much lore. The reason I first of all, I cover DEI and its spread agenda into all of our beloved properties, whether I'm a part of it or not, that infection. But also, I want to like this. I'm a Henry Cavill fan. So the fact that yet again they are going to fuck him over, because I am a Witcher fan, book and game, and I was so excited for that. And Henry got all of his part right, but the writers' room hated the lore and it was destroyed. And I thought, oh, go here. And then he didn't get Superman after he got it. James Gunn went, no. So here with Warhammer, I'm like, let's go, baby. Hey, he's got control supposedly, but here's the influence. So, okay, let's continue. Arc begins his video by stating, my Amazon insider has given me some more information in regards to the female custody debacle and Amazon's involvement in it, which may, at least in part, exonerate Games Workshop. Good luck. Let's see. A bit later, he detailed, according to my insider here, the attitude at Amazon Games Workshop meetings reached downright threatening levels, where the two sides were not happy with one another at all, with Games Workshop actually pushing back quite aggressively on the idea of female space marines. Probably understanding to do so would be devastating to their company. I mean, look at the sheer scale of the shitstorm that was created by female custodies, which is not anywhere near as massive a faction as the space marines. He continued, Games Workshop, knowing this would be a terrible idea, pushed back a lot, but Amazon were not willing to give up on this either and may have carried out various little tactics like threatening to bring back people on Amazon who were selling third-party goods for 40K related stuff, as they did not even take down things like alternate dice. Oh, so they're selling basically, yeah, okay, like bootleg stuff basically. They also might have perhaps been talking about leaving the conversation altogether. Well, that's shady. Next, Arc details. Eventually, my insider says Games Workshop caved. Games Workshop caved in part, and that female custodies was a compromise solution intended both to ameliorate. Jesus, and I know that means to like fix a broken thing, but why did they pick that one? Ameliorate. Jesus. Relationships with Amazon by going, okay, how about this? You'll have your female power armor, but we won't do it with the Space Marines, okay? And also as a way to demonstrate to Amazon that this was not going to go over very well. In fact, Arc detailed that an automated Amazon system has noticed significant complaints regarding the company's various IP-related shows, you think, such as Wheel of Time, Rings of Power, which only 37% of people actually finished, and Warhammer, Arc shared. And indeed, Amazon's bots, as well as that monitor the feedback that Amazon gets, has been noticing a sharp uptick in people sending in complaints about them ruining universes like Rings of Power and mentioning the 40K TV show in specific. Now, these have not been acted upon, nor is there any indication that Amazon is particularly concerned yet, but there is now a sufficiently large enough volume of these complaints ahead of time to the point where they're scrapping bots. You better start now. I don't know if you're paying attention. If you watch this channel, you are the free Stellar Blade and all that. You better start your Warhammer petitions and talking right now, before they really get their grubby little mitts in it or get too far down the pipe. Start your petitions, start your hashtag free whatever Warhammers, the hashtag gatekeep Warhammer, whatever. But now is the time to do it. If you don't think it works, boy, let me tell you something, it does. But you got to do it and you got to commit to it. And I'll cover it all the way. But you save your franchise now. Don't let this show be ruined. Don't let them do it to Henry again. Which, hey, yeah, so that's the point. They're right now trying to hide it. They're trying to scrub it. Don't let them do it. Start leaving your feedback. Leave it early and often. On this channel too. So let me know what you think of this. Does this jive with you? This sounds exactly like some shit that they would do. And interesting to note that it might be Games Workshop that actually pushed back and is more or less threatened, forced, bullied into it. I don't know. Let me know what you think of this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you've done that, thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And
well, bye.